Hi, this is Catherine with another video on Sculpt Studio for Second Life. In this video I'm going to be explaining to you what a pole is, what it's used for, and give you some tips on using poles in your sculpts. Now here I have a default stack of 32 slices, and I have sculpted that, and if I look into the top here, you'll see I can see right through it. Up here it even disappears. Now what a pole does, you'll see I've used a pole at the top of this stack, and that has closed off the end of my sculpt. Now if I open up this point, or this sculpt, or this slice, you'll see that it appears as though there's only one point in here. What's actually happened is all the points, all 32 of the points that used to be around the circle here, have all been moved into the center, into the exact same coordinates. Now the way that actually makes it look closed off is that, remember in one of my other videos I told you that Sculpt Studio is just a big connect the dots? Well, here slice 30 is still a circle. You can see slice 30 here with all its points around the circle. And slice 31, the pole, is here with all the points in the center. Now you see all these lines connecting the points from slice 30 up to the points in slice 31, and that has closed up the hole that used to be in the end of this sculpt. Now I'm going to pause for a second, and then I'll explain to you the second reason for using a pole. Okay, now the second reason for using a pole in the sculpt is to divide it into different sections and make it appear as though it's in separate pieces. Now here I've made slice 15 into a pole. You can see slice 15 here with all the points in the center. And it sort of looks like this is in two pieces, but it still looks connected in the middle there. Now over here, you'll see that I've made both slice 15 and 16 into poles. And that has made it appear as though the sculpt is in two pieces. But this, of course, is still one sculpt. If I highlight it here, you'll see that there's a one-dimensional line in here between the two poles. Now since Second Life Viewer does not draw one-dimensional lines, it appears as though there's nothing there. Now you can divide your sculpt up into as many sections as you'd like, as long as you have enough slices to do so. Now I'm going to pause for a second, and I'll pull out some more examples and give you some hints on using poles in your sculpts. Okay, I'm back with a couple examples of using poles and a tip on making it easier to work with them. Now if I edit this slice and open it up, you'll see that it is a regular pole with all the points in the center, but I can grab these points, grab all the points, and move them anywhere on the slice. And then when I close that slice, it'll still act as a pole and close off the end of your slice, but the point, the tip on the sculpt will have moved. Like over here, where I've moved them all the way to the side, you'll see that it's still closed off, still looks like a pole, but it's just moved to a different position on the slice. Now once you have changed a pole and closed it, it becomes what's called a custom closing slice. Now you'll see that the texture on your slice changes from this here, the standard pole texture, over to this custom slice texture with the diffuse edge on it, like I've shown you in other videos. And that is how you can move the point around on the end of your sculpt. Now you may not always want that point on there. You may want it to be flat, like this is here. The way you do that is you're going to take your poles and move them to the next slice, to the same position. So I'm going to take slice 17 here, click on that, copy position, then go to my pole, slice 16, and paste position. That moves 16 to the same place as 17. Now I'll do it down here again with 14 and 15, and that moves your pole down. You'll see here on this sculpt, here's slice 14 around here with all its points still in the circle. This is slice 15 with all the points pulled in the center. And you'll see that they're now at the same position vertically, and that makes the end of your sculpt flat instead of pointy. Now over here, you'll see that I have used 2 poles and 2 slices at each position. What that does is it makes your sculpt a little crisper here, and it improves your LOD. If you look here at the edge of this sculpt, you'll see it's nice and sharp and crisp, whereas back here, this one is a little more diffuse. Now, a tip for using poles. Here, I have taken my poles and made the slices larger. Now, a pole can be, the slice of a pole can be any size because all your points are right in the center. The size of your slices doesn't matter at all. So here I've made the slice bigger. When I move it up there with 17, you'll see I can still see slice 16 and slice 17. That makes it easier to see your pole, and you can still click on 17 and edit it, or 16 and edit it. It just makes it easier to work with those slices and to visualize your poles. Now, if you are a sculptor who has any other tips that might be useful in this video, please post them here and I'll see if I can add them on. If you have any questions for me, you can post them here, or you can IM me in World. Now, I hope this video was useful, and thank you for watching.